My fiancé once sent me a text that said, "We need a bigger diamond. My friends are making fun of my ring." I didn't argue. I just typed back, "Say no more." And I meant it literally. I drove straight to the jeweler, got a full refund, and blocked her number. The next thing her little group chat had to gossip about wasn't me. So here's the full story. I'm 28, male, and at the time I was engaged to Isabel, 26. We'd been engaged for just 3 months. I was sitting at my desk, eating lunch, when her text popped up. It said, "We need to talk about the ring. My friends keep making comments, and honestly, it's embarrassing. Chloe's ring is 2 carats, and mine looks like a promise ring next to hers. I know you can afford better. You just bought that stupid gaming computer for $3,000. I need you to upgrade this ASAP." I just sat there staring at the screen, completely still for about a minute. The ring she was trashing, a 1.2-carat diamond vs 1 clarity ideal cut, had cost me $8,500. I spent half a year saving for it while she kept dropping hints about proposals. But apparently, it was embarrassing. I finally texted her back, "Say no more." She answered with a flood of heart emojis. "I knew you'd understand. Love you, babe." Oh, I understood, all right. I left work early that day and drove straight to the jeweler. The manager recognized me immediately. I'd only bought the ring 2 months earlier. "Everything okay with the ring, sir?" he asked. "Perfect condition," I told him. "I just need to return it." His face dropped. "Did she not like it?" "She loved it," I said, "until her friend got a bigger one." He didn't even try to convince me otherwise. He just pulled out the paperwork and got the process started. Refund to my card in 3 to 5 business days. He asked if I wanted to look at upgrades. I told him, "No thanks." From there I headed home. Isabel wasn't due back until 6, which gave me plenty of time. I wasn't furious. I wasn't even really sad. The best word for how I felt was clear. It was like when a math problem that's been driving you crazy suddenly clicks, and you just get it. I packed my stuff slowly, methodically. Grabbed my gaming setup, my clothes, my espresso machine, and the books I'd bought myself. Anything we'd purchased together, I left behind. I only took what was mine. On her makeup table, I found the ring box she'd tossed aside like an afterthought. She only ever wore it for pictures anyway. I slipped a sticky note inside that said, "Returned for full refund. You were right. You do deserve more. Good luck finding it." Then I blocked her number. Blocked her on every platform. That same night, I moved into my buddy Diego's spare room. The fireworks started around 6:47 p.m. Diego showed me the text she sent him. "Where is he? This isn't funny. He took the ring. Tell him to answer me now." Diego replied, "He's not here." Also, wasn't the ring embarrassing? She called him 31 times in a row. He only picked up once, and she screamed so loud he had to hold the phone away from his ear. After that, he stopped answering. But here's where it gets interesting. Update 1. So Isabel's best friend, Chloe, somehow tracked me down on LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn, because I'd blocked her everywhere else. She sent me a message that said, "You need to know what really happened. This isn't all Isabel's fault. We met for coffee." That's when she laid it all out. Apparently, Isabel and her 5 closest friends had this group chat where they constantly compared their boyfriends. It wasn't just casual talk either. They had an actual scoring system. Who spent the most money, who did the most elaborate proposals, who was more trained. Chloe showed me screenshots. My proposal had been rated a 6 out of 10. The comments said, "Location was sweet but basic. He proposed at the place they first met. Ring is nice but under 1.5 carats. At least he got on one knee properly. Could have been more creative with the speech." The messages after Chloe got engaged were even worse. Isabel wrote, "Now I look like the broke one." Margot chimed in, "Just make him upgrade it. Men are simple." Elsie added, "Tell him you need it resized and exchange it." Diana said, "My cousin did that. Said the band was causing a rash." To which Isabel replied, "You're all geniuses." But the kicker? Chloe wasn't just ratting Isabel out for drama. She was having her own doubts. She told me, "When you returned the ring and just walked away, it made me stop and think, what are we even doing? We're treating these guys like walking ATMs with proposal skills." I thanked her for being honest but made it clear. Her confession didn't change a thing for me. That same night, Isabel showed up at Diego's apartment, and she didn't come alone. She brought her entire squad. Margot, Elsie, Diana, and her sister Bethany. They barged in like a SWAT team of entitlement. Bethany whipped out her phone immediately, recording. "We're here to confront the man who abandoned my sister over a simple request." Diego pulled his phone out too. "Cool. I'm recording the trespassers who just forced their way into my home." Isabel turned on the waterworks instantly. "You humiliated me. Everyone knows you returned the ring." "Everyone? Who?" I asked. "My family, my coworkers, everyone." "So, let me get this straight. You told everyone that you bullied me into buying a bigger ring, and when I refused, I left instead?" "I didn't bully you," she snapped. "I expressed my needs." That's when Margot piped up. "A real man provides without being asked." Diego laughed. "A real woman appreciates without demanding." Elsie tried the sympathy angle. "You're destroying her. She's been crying for days." "Crying over losing me," I said. "Or crying over losing the ring." That shut them up real fast. Then Diana came in swinging. "You never deserved her anyway. She was settling for you." I just smirked. Thank God she unsettled. Bethany was still recording like she thought this was some Netflix documentary. She narrated into her phone. "As you can see, he shows no remorse for traumatizing my sister." I looked straight into the camera lens. "Your sister said an $8,500 ring was embarrassing because her friend's was bigger. I agreed with her, so I returned it. Now she's furious about the consequences of her own behavior." Trauma? That's not trauma. That's called accountability. They finally left after a lot more shouting, but not before Isabel tried one last power play. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you don't come back with a 2-carat ring by Friday, we're done forever." I didn't hesitate. "We're already done." I ended it when I returned the ring. "You can't end it," she snapped. "I didn't agree to that. That's not how breakups work. I'll sue you for emotional damages." Diego actually snorted. "For what? Not buying her a bigger diamond? Good luck with that one." They stormed out in a huff. That night, Bethany posted her little video with the caption, "Toxic ex refuses to take accountability for abandoning my sister." It blew up, but not the way she wanted. The comments were savage. She wanted a bigger ring and he dipped. King behavior. "Your sister sounds exhausting. Accountability for what? Not being her ATM? Team ex-boyfriend all the way." The video disappeared within 2 hours. Update 2. That's when the entitlement Olympics really began. First up, Isabel's mom, Patricia. She called me, voice dripping with disappointment. "I'm very disappointed in you. We welcomed you into our family." I said, "No, you welcomed my wallet. Big difference." "Isabel has standards," she sniffed. "She was raised to expect the best. And I was raised to spot gold diggers from a mile away. How dare you? She loved you." "No, she loved what I could buy her. And the second I stopped buying, that love evaporated." "You're being childish. Just buy the new ring and move on." "Ma'am, I'd rather spend 2 carats worth of money on actual dirt." She hung up after threatening to ruin me. Not sure how a retired substitute teacher was planning on pulling that off, but okay. Then came Isabel's public performance. She plastered social media with posts about being abandoned by someone she trusted and surviving narcissistic abuse. She dug up old photos of us, writing captions like, "I thought he was different." And when someone shows you who they are, believe them. My brother sent me screenshots. I didn't really care, until she posted a close-up of the ring with the caption, "Imagine being told your worth is only $8,500. That one ticked me off. So I finally broke my social media silence. I posted a simple screenshot of her original text, the one demanding a bigger ring because her friends made fun of hers. My caption, "Imagine thinking someone's worth is measured by ring size." Within an hour, it had 500 likes. Isabel's post got deleted almost immediately after. But the real drama started when she discovered I had already gotten the refund. We'd been planning a destination wedding, and I had put down deposits on everything. Venue, photographer, catering. All on my credit card. About $12,000 total in deposits. Luckily, I canceled everything in time and got most of it back, only losing about $2,000 in non-refundable fees. Honestly, small price to pay for freedom. She found out when the venue coordinator called her to confirm the cancellation. She lost it, stormed into my office building like a tornado. Security had to escort her out, but not before she screamed across the lobby, That was my wedding money. You stole my wedding. My co-workers were stunned. My manager, Terrence, came over afterward and asked, "You good?" I told him, "Actually, yeah, best decision I ever made." He raised an eyebrow. Returning the ring or blocking her? I shook my head, finally seeing who she really was. That afternoon, I got served. Yep, Isabel was taking me to small claims court. Her claims? Canceled wedding deposits, emotional distress, breach of verbal contract, financial abuse. She wanted $25,000. I couldn't help it. I actually laughed out loud when the process server handed me the papers. I called my cousin, who's a lawyer, and sent him everything. His verdict? This is the dumbest case I've ever seen. She's basically suing you for not marrying her after she insulted your ring choice. Countersue for harassment. So that's exactly what I did. Update 3. Court was pure entertainment. Isabel strutted into small claims court wearing a white dress, like she was still trying to make some kind of bridal statement. Her evidence was laughable. Screenshots of our texts, including the one where she flat out demanded a bigger ring. Photos of us smiling together to prove we'd been happy. Receipts for wedding purchases she'd made, like her dress and shoes. And then, the cherry on top, a spreadsheet she created, estimating the lifetime earnings she was supposedly losing by not marrying me. The judge, an older woman who looked like she'd seen every circus act imaginable, flipped through the files and raised her eyebrows. "Mrs. Isabel, you're suing because he canceled a wedding? He promised to marry me, then abandoned me over a simple request. The request being a more expensive ring because your friends made fun of the first one? That's out of context. And what context would make that better?" I swear, half the courtroom was choking back laughter. Then Isabel's mom stepped up as her witness. "He traumatized my daughter. She's been in therapy." The judge asked, "When did she start therapy?" Patricia cleared her throat. "Last week, after filing this lawsuit." The judge just said, "Yes," with a look that said everything. My evidence was straightforward. I handed over her text demanding a bigger ring, the receipt for the original diamond, the return slip from the jeweler, documentation of her harassment, and the video her sister had proudly uploaded, the one showing them barging into Diego's apartment. The judge didn't even take long. After maybe 10 minutes of reviewing, she said, "Mrs. Isabel, you have no case. You cannot sue someone for ending a relationship, even an engagement. You cannot sue for wedding deposits that were paid by him. And you certainly cannot claim emotional distress when your own messages show you initiated the conflict." Case dismissed. Isabel gasped. "But what about my dress?" The judge looked unimpressed. "You bought a dress. That was your choice. He didn't force you to do that." "This is sexist," Isabel shouted. "This is called consequences," the judge replied calmly. "Case dismissed means we're done here." I raised my hand. "Actually, Your Honor, I still have my counterclaim." The judge flipped through the harassment documentation. The 31 back-to-back calls to Diego, the meltdown at my office, the smear posts online, the threatening messages from her family. After a quick glance, she ruled, "Mr. OP, I'm granting a restraining order. Miss Isabel and her immediate family must maintain a 500-foot distance and cease all contact. Any violation will result in criminal charges." That's when Isabel really lost it. "You can't do this. I loved him." The judge didn't blink. Funny way of showing it. "We're done here." Outside the courthouse, her mom Patricia tried to go another round. "You've ruined her reputation. No one will ever want to marry her now." I looked her straight in the eye. "That's not true. Someone will marry her. They just won't realize what they're signing up for until it's too late." Like I almost didn't. Bethany, naturally, had her phone out again. "This is what happens when weak men can't handle strong women," she announced like a wannabe reporter. I turned right toward her camera. "No, this is what happens when entitled people finally face consequences." Diego, who came with me for moral support, added, "Also, your sister owes me a new doormat. Her fake designer heels scratched it up." Final update. Life got interesting after the court case. First, Isabel tried to get around the restraining order by using mutual friends as messengers. That ended quickly when I reminded them that facilitating contact for someone under a restraining order is also a crime. Then their little friend group completely imploded. Remember Chloe, the one who showed me the group chat screenshots? She ended up calling off her own engagement after her fiancé saw the evidence during the trial, The entire boyfriend scoring system became part of the court record. And once that leaked, the dominoes started falling. Margot's boyfriend dumped her after reading she'd rated him barely a 7, but with good credit. Elsie's boyfriend discovered she was plotting to baby-trap him for financial security. Diana's guy found out she'd been cultivating a backup boyfriend on the side. The group chat eventually hit the internet in full, thanks to Diana herself. She was furious about being blamed for the leak, so she just posted everything. Turns out they'd been running this operation for years, rating men, scheming manipulations, swapping strategies for squeezing gifts and upgrades. Karma showed up with receipts. Isabel's job found out about the whole fiasco. She worked in PR, and let's just say her employer wasn't thrilled that their representative had gone viral as the face of entitlement and gold digging. They didn't fire her outright, but she got demoted to an internal role with zero client contact. She tried dating apps after that. Didn't go well. People kept recognizing her as Ring Girl and unmatched her immediately. Meanwhile, my life moved on. I met Penny, a teacher at a bookstore. First date, she insisted we split the bill. Second date, she cooked dinner at her place. By the third date, she saw a Reddit post about the whole saga and laughed out loud. "Wait, this is you? That's hilarious. Your ex was insane. We've been together 8 months now." She wears a $50 silver ring I bought at an art fair because she liked the design. She posted it online with the caption, "It's perfect. No carrot bragging, no comparisons. Just genuine appreciation." And then came the best little twist of karma. Chloe messaged me last week. "Thought you should know. Isabel just got engaged to some crypto guy she met in Vegas. She's been posting nonstop about her 3-carat ring. The comments are all laughing emojis because everyone knows it's fake. The diamond and the crypto." I checked out of curiosity. The ring was comically huge, suspiciously so. It was either worth 80 grand or 80 bucks. Considering her new crypto-millionaire fiancé drives a beat-up 2008 Honda Civic and still has roommates, I'm betting on the latter. Her mom Patricia commented under the post, "So happy my baby got what she deserves." And honestly, she did. My brother summed it up perfectly. "You didn't dodge a bullet. You dodged a whole ammunition depot." My cousin, the lawyer, even framed my ring return receipt and hung it next to his law degree. He calls it Exhibit A in why you should always keep your paperwork. Diego still retells the whole saga at parties. His favorite part is when Isabel and her crew tried to blame him for enabling me. His line never changes. "I enabled him not to marry a gold digger. You're welcome." As for that $8,500 I got back from the jeweler, I invested half and used the other half to take a solo trip to Japan. Posted just one photo from the trip. Within 10 minutes, Isabel's sister viewed my story, from a fake account, obviously, since I'd blocked her main one. Sad? No. Pathetic? Absolutely. People sometimes ask if I regret any of it. Honestly, the only regret I have is not recognizing the signs sooner. Like how she asked about my salary on our second date. Or how she sulked when I bought her tulips instead of roses because roses photographed better. Or the time she flat out said, "Your money is our money, but my money is my money." So here's my advice to anyone in a similar situation. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. If they look at a ring that costs more than most cars and call it embarrassing, it's not about the ring, it's about their values. And Isabel, because I know you're reading this from some burner account, I saw your Crypto Prince's latest post about his NFT collection crashing. Good luck with that 3-carat cubic zirconia.